and blessings and namaste to light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and this is pretty much a part two to sovereign divinity, okay? Understanding what it is, understanding what it is not. And I'm only doing this video to help you cut through the red tape, cut past the red tape, and get to the truth of the matter so that you can evolve, okay? And it's very important for you to evolve, especially those of you who came here for a specific mission, all right? If you are here for a specific mission, it is important that you achieve the sovereign divinity. Now, what do I mean by sovereign divinity? Am I talking about being outside the creator? No, it's not possible, number one, okay? The created can never be unattached from the creator. The essence still flows through us, okay? So we're already divine, but it's called being sovereign unto the creator. All right? Now, what comes along with being sovereign unto the creator is the ability to process and harness individual thought. Okay? I want you to consider something. Whenever there are mass agendas being pushed, it is designed, okay, in a manner, and I'm framing my words very, very cautiously here because I want you to get this. When you are sovereign, you do not feel the need nor the necessity to fit in with anything, okay? You don't have to feel like you need to belong. All right? Because chances are, if there is any type of mass agendas that are being pushed, it is designed to pull you into group think. Okay? And before you know it, whoever are the leaders or the pioneers of this mass movement is now having the ability to control your thoughts, your consciousness, and your actions. You go along with the fray again. Okay? I don't care what it appears to be, even if it appears to be light. Something good, okay? The point of the matter when it's designed to deal with groupthink is to harness your mental power, is to harness or confine the way that you think, how far your consciousness can go, okay? You were not called to do this, okay? Pay attention to me very carefully. Those of you who are the chosen ones, who are the elect, you came in here to bring about something brand new. You are birthing a baby for the new paradigm shift. It is not for you to go along to get along. It is for you to start your legacy. Create generational wealth based off of the things that you're putting your hands to the plow now. The people that you are influencing. Recycled thoughts can never, ever bring about change. I am going to repeat this again. If it is being pushed by an agenda, if it is being pushed by a collective, then it is limited in its thoughts and capabilities, and chances are it is recycled and has already been tried and done before. We're not here to repeat that. We are here to do something new. All right? Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to draw people to you that are like-minded, all right? Because we tend to attract the things that we put out, okay? So, for instance, now, I have a lot of loving support and family around me. You know, even with the people that call me, even my one-on-ones, they're very loving. They're very supportive. But that's the energy that I'm putting out. So therefore, that's what I'm getting back. And if there are negative energies, I don't know about it. Or I'm not concerned about it. Do you understand? Now, when you draw like-minded individuals to yourself, it is important to know that these like-minded individuals may not necessarily be like-minded in your specific path, in your specific journey, but they are like-minded with the common goal. So they still are going to have their own levels of individuality because these are sovereign beings. So they don't have to think like you, and they don't have to have the same agenda as you, okay? But they're all looking for the same outcome. Case in point, you're a teacher, they're a healer, okay? Somebody's a scientist, somebody's a spiritualist, somebody's a herbalist, you know what I mean? And they all have their own individual path and and they're all creating something new within their path, but they're sojourning with you because you understand that as a collective, we can get this done. But what it is not is everybody now focusing on the exact same path with the exact same thought. Where's your uniqueness? The ultimate demonstration of love, of unconditional love, of true love that is passed down from the Creator, from the Ein Sof, is through the form of creation. Creation is love. Love is creation. And if you don't get that right now, you'll get it a little later on. I promise. But let's look at some of the things that it is not and why you need to be very, very careful, okay, on who you're expressing your ideas to, who you're sharing your goals with, all right? Now, let's start it from here. Here's an example. You hate somebody or you dislike an individual, okay? For whatever reason you hate or dislike somebody. All right. First of all, let me put a disclaimer in this. If you are a light worker or a light warrior, if you are the elect and the chosen one, you have no business hating anybody or disliking anybody anyway. Okay. Either they are agreeable with your journey or they're disagreeable to your journey. And if they're disagreeable to your journey, live and let live and just keep them out of your space. But anytime you feel way too much hatred or angst or dislike or jealousy, honey, you've given them way too much of your power. And guess what? That person now owns your soul. We'll get in that a little bit later. That's for a different topic. Okay. So keep selling your soul to people that you hate, unawares, because that's what's happening. But anyway, say for some strange reason there's somebody that you hate or dislike. And you find out that there's other individuals out there that hates and dislikes this person as well. What ends up happening? You all get together and form this group and you're bonding off of the hate or dislike of an individual. And because you're bonding over this, now you think all of these are your friends, right? But what happens when the person that they dislike or hate is no longer in the picture? What do you have left? Well, I'll tell you what you have left. You have a group of people who now need another target because the only way that they were able to bond or to be comfortable with one another was through that dislike, was through that hate, okay, was through emotional unintelligence. So because they have nothing else to talk about, they have nothing else to do with their own lives, they end up turning on each other, another target will be born. And this is how the collective keeps moving like sheep. Do you understand? The same thing with relationships. Whether it is partnerships, man and woman, whether it is friendships, okay, acquaintances that you meet. Sometimes what you're mistaking as true friendship, true love, is actually trauma bonding or agenda bonding. Do you understand? People don't understand unconditional love until they're faced with opposition. When you are attracting people based off of a common thing, okay, or a common trauma or a common hurt, this thread of the hurt, the pain, The trauma or whatever it is the only glue that's holding you together. What do you think will happen when one of you heals? Don't worry, I'll wait. All right. You get what I'm saying now. My grandmother used to tell me an expression a long time ago. She used to say, watch the dogs. If the dogs bring a bone to your house, then chances are they'll take one with them when they leave. Okay? And this is for you all out here who are trauma bonding, agenda bonding, okay? Or falling in love, needing having the need to fit in because you feel like you're inadequate on your own. People are going to turn on one another when the healing or the connection that you bonded on at first is no longer there. So your love and your friendship was all a delusion. If I'm hurt about something that happened to me in my past, my childhood, and I meet 7 other people who are hurt about that, and we all sit together and keep talking about the stories and the pain over and over and over and over again, and one person heals and says, hey, that was in my past. I no longer resonate with that. Are they going to do the healing work themselves, or will you now become the target? If people are always bringing you news, then chances are they're taking news back with them. Watch out for the gossipers and the slanderers, okay, that come to you. Because chances are you're being talked about, gossiped, and slandered about as well. We have to be smart in this day and age, especially those of you who have come here for an assignment. It is not important whether or not a whole bunch of people believes in you. It is only important that you believe in yourself and that the Creator has your back and that you know what you're doing. It is not important for other people to like what you're doing or agree to what you're doing. Chances are anytime you're doing something different, it's going to be met with opposition first anyway, until people start to see or realize that it actually works. Then you'll realize that people will come back and you're going to forgive them. You have to. You're made that way, but it doesn't mean that you have to forget about it. Do you understand? You take these opportunities to learn true sovereign divinity means that you are outside of the box. Even though you may be part of the collective, you're pulling from higher realms into the collective, and you're trying to help shape and mold the mindset, the consciousness of this collective that has been doing the same thing over and over and over again. And the way you'll know that it's been doing over and over and over again is try to see how many people are grouped together to think this way. And if you are outcast because you don't think this way, honey, you don't need to be there anyway. Okay? Here's where we start to separate the strong from the weak, the wheat and the tares. Okay? You were given a specific assignment, a specific mission, a specific something that you need to be doing. Why are you consumed with what everybody else is doing? This assignment wasn't given to nobody but you. So why does it matter if somebody agrees or disagrees with what it is that you are doing? You're sovereign. You see, you've passed your tests. You've cleared your karma. You are given range of individual thought. You are free. And ultimately, that's what we came here to do. We came to set the captives free. And we're not talking about just physical bondage. We're talking about mental imprisonment. We're talking about spiritual hijacking. We're talking about agendas that present to you 2 different outcomes. One presented as light, the other one is presented as darkness, and both of them wrong. I get in trouble when I talk about things like that. It's not going to stop me from talking about it, though. It might stop me from talking about it on YouTube, but it's not going to stop me from talking about it. Okay? Getting or being placed in a position where you have to choose left or right, up or down, in or out, that's very limiting in your choices, which means that either the in, the out, the up, the down, the right or the left, all of them are recycled thoughts. Is that difficult for you to understand? Majority of you who are on or have joined my Patreon or who have followed me for a long time or have requested sessions and one-on-one, you already know that you're vibrating higher than 5D. Most of you are. And that's why you are here. That's why you are drawn to me. That's why we're doing these sessions, because you know that your mind is above this. Okay? You're just trying to figure out your place right now. Okay? What is it? What baby are you trying to birth? Okay? And I'm just simply helping you by giving you the tools and letting you know what your gifts is, what your aspirations is, cleaning out some stuff, and you got this. Once that is done, there should be no more dependency. We're not here to be dependent on others to tell us what we need to do, to tell us what we need to get accomplished, okay? Once the tools are given to you, you soar. I got a text message from a sister the other day. She said, I am the divine feminine. And I said, and I love the way that you think. That's what I'm talking about. Be careful of the people that's around you and discern why they are really around you. Are they around you because they have a common agenda? Are they bonding with you out of dislike or hatred for somebody else? Okay? Or is this genuinely unconditional love? Because if it is genuine, unconditional love, they'll be around regardless. Even if the trauma has been broken. And if this is truly unconditional love and these are truly good friends, they'll be willing to let you go when it's time for you to evolve. And they'll be right there when it's time for you to come back. It's not a codependency. It's not a clinginess. It's not a neediness that I have to be connected with you in all areas 24 hours a day or 7 days a week in order for me to evolve. See, because true sovereign friendships know when it's time to evolve on their own. And you can separate for a season and come right back. And true people that operate in unconditional love knows when it's time to let you go, right? Knows when you need to heal. And if you are in a trauma bonding or agenda bonding clique or niche, right? And the people that are in this clique all start to heal, or one of them start to heal, the others won't target them. They'll start to do the work to heal too. Sovereign divinity comes with independent thought, independent creativity, independent ideas. It doesn't seek to belong. It can't belong. How are you going to belong to something when you're here to birth something new? What are you going to belong to? And why is it that when you're trying to birth this thing that the Creator gave you, specifically, why are you seeking somebody else's approval? If you have been given the gifts the skills, the talent, the sovereignty. You're dealing with the creator. He's giving you the downloads and he's saying, build a school, then build a school. Build a business, then build a business. Build a community, then build a community. Feed the poor, then do it. Travel, then do it. You don't have to call Fran and Chris and John and Amanda and Samantha saying, I need help. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this. What do you think I'm supposed to be doing? Why does it matter? No regurgitated thoughts come from those who are here to shift the paradigm. If you are here to shift the paradigm, your thoughts are pure, are new, are innovative. You're the pioneer. You're not the followers. You didn't call. You weren't called. You didn't come here to follow anybody. Do you understand? Protect your babies. Protect your ideas. And get the courage necessary to move when it's time to move. Get the courage necessary to create when it's time to create. Yeah? It's not really that difficult. Okay? But your individuality is a part of the collective. All right? The way that you express yourself is part of your individuality. And see, there's people that don't want you to be an individual or to feel that you're an individual. They want to feel all disconnected, okay? And we are all connected energetically, but we don't have the same purposes. We don't all think the same. And be careful for any agendas that are pushing for you all to think the same. Because if that is the case, what is separating you from a clone? The Borg. They all think the same. They all act as one. We collaborate as one. Energetically, spiritually, we collaborate as one. That is where our unity consciousness comes in. We have a goal, a common goal for the collective, for humanity, for the universe, but we don't all. Back in the day, you know, the robot used to be really, really popular and I could never, ever get it, right? And so my mom was like this master, you know, she could do stuff like that. And in the streets in North Philly, they would come out and have little dance battles. And I know this is just a sidebar, but it just reminded me of that because I was doing this. So we're not designed to be like this, okay? There is no one cookie cutter idea of what a woman is. There is no one cookie cutter idea of what a man is. There is no one cookie cutter idea of what a human is. As long as we are here to journey and experience, this will be a constant evolution. You will constantly evolve. Your mind will constantly think different. You will constantly grow. Your truth today may change in 2024. And you have to be okay with it. Because when a higher truth is presented, we submit, we learn it, we master it, we move on, and we create something new. Get out of the need to feel like you have to belong. The lions don't ask gazelles permission on where they can build their kingdoms or dens, right? Likewise, neither should you who are called to do a work be concerned about what other individuals are thinking about you or wanting from you. You have to be strong during this journey. You do. You have to be strong. And if you couldn't do it, you wouldn't have been given the vision. So start believing in yourself. Know when it's time to let go. Understand what relationships are working for you and are working against you. And more important, figure out if your community, if your friends, even if your lovers are there and connected with you based off of a trauma, an agenda, or codependency versus that true thing that comes from the divine. And you'll know. You'll know when you start changing. They'll either change with you on their own, or they'll suddenly be against you. You, however, don't be against anybody. You don't have to. You understand? Focus on what you got going on. Trust me, it won't even exist. Like, you won't even know that you're being hated on. I promise you won't even know. Okay? Unless somebody's constantly bringing it to you. You know what I mean? But other than that, you won't know. Get your sovereign divinity back. Start channeling your creativity. Start building your businesses, your legacies, and anything that was given to you. And don't worry about what others think about it. Don't worry about fitting in. Worry about fitting out. I don't know. It was something I just created. I thought it was fitting. I am Sophie. I love you all.